Hey guys, what's shaking? Okay, finally got some information that I've been looking for, trying to give to you guys. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might have seen where I had mentioned that Daddy Bush, George H.W. Bush, had signed Noahide Laws, and he had snuck them in under another law, a resolution he had signed, and he snuck them in to sign them into law in our country. Every country is getting this. I found it. Listen to this. This is on congress.gov. HJ Resolution 104 to designate March 26th, 1991 as Education Day. 102nd Congress of the United States of America, at the first session, begun and held at the City of Washington on Thursday, the 3rd day of January, 1991 joint resolution to designate March 26, 1991 as Education Day USA. Whereas Congress recognizes the historical tradition of ethical values and principles which are the basis of civilized society and upon which our great nation was founded. Whereas these ethical values and principles have been the bedrock of society from the dawn of civilization, when they were known as the 7 Noahide Laws. It literally says it in the document. Whereas without these ethical values and principles, the edifice of civilization stands in serious peril of returning to chaos. Now, I'll put a link in the description to this so you guys can go and read it all yourselves. It's not super long, but every country has this in their laws. Every country has a council, a rabbinical council. And there's a picture online you can see where when George Bush was signing this resolution, the council of rabbis were standing behind him. They believe that we can bring the whole world together under one banner by the 7 Noahide Laws. Now, the 7 Noahide Laws in and of themselves don't strike you as being particularly bad for us. But when you dig into what they're connected to, they're connected to the Talmud, they're connected to Torah, they're connected to a lot of other writings that don't particularly favor Christians very much, especially the Talmud. You go read in the Talmud, what does the Talmud, Google, what does the Talmud say about Christians and Jesus? And it will shock you. So knowing that, and knowing what's the driving force behind this, that makes this much more sinister than what it looks like on the outside, because what it looks like, and what it is that they are going to take these 7 Noahide Laws, sign them into law in every country, and ultimately the goal is to get us under that banner of doing that. Now, this is going to end up becoming the beast law. And what will come from this is it will cause you, if you follow these laws, to violate the 10 Commandments. And you can go read in detail about how that ends up happening. But yeah, it causes you to violate the 10 Commandments. The Bible talks about this. It talks about the beast law and violating the 10 Commandments. And it'll cause you to do that. And that will put you at enmity between you and God. You guys, we have to stay on our guard on this, because there are things going on behind the scenes they're not telling people. I'm going to share this because everything that I've looked at so far, that's what this is. And this is going to, people are going to look at it and go, "Ooh, hey, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread." And they're going to run with it. And it's going to cause a lot of people to be deceived. So I'm putting it out. I'm sharing it with other people. I'm hoping they're going to put it out. They may already have. But it's very important to watch this. It's very important to keep track on what's going on with these things, because we don't want to get caught unawares. At some point you got to draw the line and say, "I'm not dealing with any of this stuff involving the society anymore," and walk away. And it could mean you may have to walk away into the wilderness and go live in the trees. But you know what? It's better than making God mad at you and be condemned for eternity. So do your due diligence. Get into these and do your studying on these. I'll have the link in the description for this page on congress.gov, so you can read it for yourself. And Google what the Talmud says about Christians and about Jesus Christ. It will shock you. And this is what they're going by. This is what they're basing all this off of. And the Talmud, if you go do research on the Talmud, that's Babylonian. They were all about human sacrifice back then. But This all matches what the Bible says, the prophecies say about what's going to happen during that time of the tribulation. So on your Left Behind letters, if you're typing a separate one, make sure you warn everybody. Watch out for the 7 Noahide laws. This is important. So I love you guys. Check that link out. Read that thing in its entirety for yourself. And you'll see how they just very quietly snuck it in as an education day, designating an education day. But it's not. It's about putting Noahide laws into effect in this country. And we're getting pretty close to them activating that. I think what will have to happen is the Antichrist will have to come on the scene, or their Mashiach is going to have to come on the scene. And everybody's going to fall under that one banner, because he's going to be, I have the cure for everything. I got the solution for everything. Got you guys covered. Don't worry about it. Here's what we need to do. We're going to come under one banner. We've already been working on it, and everybody's going to go with it. They're going to take that chip. They're going to take that national ID card. They're going to get into that digital system. They're going to get under the Noahide laws. They're going to make what's called a Sunday law, where you must worship on Sunday. You must obey and observe on Sunday, because they want to get everybody under one banner. Don't fall for it, guys. Be careful. This stuff's out there, and it's all to go against us. Stand your ground. You're a child of God. You're a child of light. Stand your ground. Check out in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, I was actually in the middle of uploading this video, the previous one that you just watched, and I had to come back on and do another video to add onto it, because I was digging around finding the link, and I was able to get a little more information. Oh, guys, I'm going to go ahead. It's short, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. There's a lot here. So if you listen to the last one, I read you the first couple of paragraphs of this. 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. 2 paragraphs. No, 3. So I read you the first 3 paragraphs. So I'm going to start where I left off. Whereas society is profoundly concerned with the recent weakening of these principles that has resulted in crisis that beleaguer and threaten the fabric of civilized society. Listen closely, because they're about to hear some name drops that are going to blow you away. Whereas the justified preoccupation with these crises must not let the civilians of this nation lose sight of their responsibility to transmit these historical, ethical values from our distinguished past to the generations of the future. Whereas the Lubavitch movement, if you don't know what that is, look it up, but I think you know what that is, has fostered and promoted these ethical values and principles throughout the world. Whereas, here's your first name drop, or second name drop. Whereas Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, leader of the Lubavitch movement, is universally respected and revered, and his 89th birthday falls on March 26, 1991. So they literally turned his birthday into this day. Whereas in tribute to this great spiritual leader, the Rebbe, his 90th year will be seen as one of education and giving, the year in which we turn to education and charity to return the world to the moral and ethical values contained in the 7 Noahide laws, and whereas this will be reflected in an international scroll of honor signed by the President of the United States and other heads of state, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that March 26, 1991, the start of the 90th year of Rabbi Menachem Schneerson's, leader of the worldwide Lubavitch movement, is designated as Education Day USA. The President is requested to issue a proclamation calling upon the people of the United States to observe such day with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Vice President of the United States, and President of the Senate. Okay. There's other, when you go into the link, I'm going to link you directly to this page, and you're going to have little buttons you can click on the bottom to look at the different actions and stuff that are associated with this, and the summary associated with this. Guys, since 1991 this has been law, and you'll see on the page it's law. This is really important that we be careful and we watch what's going on here. Do your research on the Noahide Laws. Look up what this relates to, what this is associated with, what's tied to this, what this is going to lead to. This was slipped in and nobody caught it. And if I remember right, Daddy Bush did a speech where he mentioned this. And this is very important. I can't stress enough how you guys need to be careful, because this has been going on already for a while now. And we know about Education Day. But nobody realizes it's about the 7 Noahide Laws. Nobody realizes that what they slipped in under the radar and what they're pushing in, the agenda that they're pushing. This is going to be the beast law, guys. Get educated. Get in there. Dig into this stuff. It's scary stuff. It's been happening right under our nose. Let it happen. Have not been able to catch it. Well, now we know about it. Now we know what's happening. So now it's very, very important that we step up and recognize what this is and stand against it. It's too late for this one. It's already in law. All the other countries already have it in the law. But we know what this is, and we know it's coming because of the season that we're in. So we know what to look for and what to watch out for. Be careful, guys. I love you guys. I don't wish anything bad on y'all. I don't wish any suffering on y'all. That's why I put out this stuff as it's shown to me. And I had to come back on and record another short video. I'm going to tie them together to read this to you guys. But go on there and check it out for yourself. Look at the names on it. Look what's the actions concerning it. Look what's going on with it. And then do your research on this. And really get into it, because the more you know about this, the easier it is for you to avoid getting yourself caught up into something that's going to get you hemmed up. So I love you guys fiercely and passionately. Jesus Christ is speaking to us clearly. He's not sitting at his Father's side. I believe he's standing, or he's already walking this direction. He's already moving this direction. Things are happening fast in this world. Things are happening. Things that have been happening that we didn't know about are now becoming to light. And God said, you know, everything hidden will be brought out in the light, in the open, for everyone to see. And we're seeing that happen right now. So be very careful. And don't forget to go on earthcams.org. I'm not plugging their site to help them out, but I'm telling you guys where you can go and look at what's going on around Israel on live webcams. There's something that was going on at the Western Wall today. When you look at the pictures associated with it, the screenshots, they did it again, the same thing 12 days prior to this. Don't know what it is. Don't know what kind of ceremony it is. However, I do know that when I was watching that webcam, 3 government vehicles drove out of the tent. I don't even know how they got them in there, because it wasn't that big. But 3 cars drove out of that tent. Two or three. Pretty sure it was 3. Drove out, came around, and then all the other government vehicles that were waiting there came out and pulled in behind them. And they all left. I don't know who that was. I don't know what was going on. Whoever the moderator was wouldn't zoom in to see what's going on there. And now it's dark over there, and they've taken the tent down. So they're breaking everything apart. I don't know what it was. But, yeah, there's nefarious activities happening around our world and in every country. And ultimately, it's going to involve us. So be careful. See you guys in the next video.